I said, Joe. Okay. I'm saying with him, he'll say, I don't have a problem with nobody. And then you be next to somebody that he got a problem with.
And then he'll say, right.
It's like, well, my nigga, if you either you got a problem or you don't.
I put all the onus on me. Like, that's what I do, right? Like, if somebody is hanging with or speaking with or fucking with people that I have a problem with, I don't try to dictate what that person can and can't do. I say my position and what I'm okay with and what I'm not okay with. And when I'm not okay, I bust a move. Or I try to do something. I don't try to control someone else's behavior, is what I'm saying.
Cool. What's good, people? It's your boy, The Kitchen. Now, what you just heard there was a little snippet of a long conversation from a brand new Patreon that dropped yesterday called That's on Friends. Now, in this episode, they talk about friendships. Well, they talk about many things, but one of the things that they talked about was friendships and how they manage each other's, I guess, ops or enemies. Yeah, I'd say enemies, because ops is a very, very strong word, and it's not even that serious most of the time. Most of the time, Joe doesn't get along with people due to podcasting and what he says on his show. It's not real life personal beef. He just says shit mostly for jokes. And then the people on the receiving end don't take it well. But this is something that actually Flip brought up. But Joe actually did allude to something. Well, he didn't allude to. He actually said this a couple episodes ago. And he said that he's going to start looking at his friends in a weird light if he catches them talking to people that he doesn't necessarily mesh well with. But that was off the heels of Rocky and Joe having an intense back and forth on Spaces. So I kind of chalked it up to him talking about her in that sense. But now that Joe has expanded on this topic, it seems like he's very serious about this. But the thing is, and this is what I said in the beginning, Joe doesn't ever let nobody know who his ops are. He never makes that clear. Of course he'll make jokes about people he doesn't necessarily fuck with, but he never draws the line in the sand. He never goes, hey guys, I don't want you talking to this person, or this person, because I do not mess with them at all. He doesn't make that clear. Even Emanny would say the same thing on that same episode. And if you guys didn't hear that, here it is.
This is the only thing that I will say with you that for me might be a issue. I think I've been very clear with my friends on, I never want to do anything to make you feel away. Mm-hmm. But I'm also not going to play a guessing game on what's going to make you feel away. So if you don't tell me,
you open, you up front, you'll let me know.
If you tell me, yo, I'm not fucking with this, just within my own movements, then I'm cool. Then I can go ahead and take that into consideration.
You decide to move, but
because for me at this point, like I've told y'all before, me building friendships with y'all, just people in general, like I've learned to accept certain things, whether I like them or not. That to me is the measure of our friendship. Sure. No matter how much I like it, no matter how much I love it, dislike it, I've learned y'all enough at this point in life to where there's nothing y'all can do that's going to make me no longer want to be y'all friend. That's just how I
get that.
Because I don't think anything that y'all would do would be intentionally to hurt me. Now, if I do see something that I have a problem with, I will say, yo, I have a problem with that.
Right.
I don't think you do that enough.
You don't.
And it's actually pretty ironic because the same rules, well, quote unquote rules that Joe has set for his friends, it seems like Ish has broken every single rule in his playbook. Because it appears whenever Ish is away from that pod, he's either hanging out with somebody that Joe has problems with, or he's doing his very best to stay away from Joe, because I can't lie, it just seems like Ish doesn't like anybody on that pod, especially Joe. Whenever Joe talks to Ish, whenever he asks, oh, what did you do for the weekend? What are you gonna do on the weekend? It's just very vague. He doesn't give concise answers. He talks like he just wants to do his job and get out of there. But I do honestly feel like Joe is talking to Ish in code, saying, yo, I see what you're doing. You are talking to all of my ops. You're friendly, you're kikiing with all of them, and you're not even thinking about me. You have to come here twice a week. Well, I don't know if it's twice a week now. It must be more days. But you come here twice a week. You kiki, you laugh in my face. And then when this pod is done, you hang out with my ops? Now I have evidence for this because along the years, Ish has been an habitual line stepper. And I say this because the first person he hung out with was Mandy B. Yes, the woman from Horrible Decisions. And not only did she hang with Ish, she hung with Ice as well. But I feel like Ice, he just made that one mistake. And it appears that he no longer hangs with any of Joe's enemies. I feel like Joe pulled him up about it. He said, yo, I'm not cool with you hanging with her. Or if you're gonna hang with her, keep it on the low. Don't be all up in her IG stories. Keep it low. Have some respect for me. But after that, I just feel like Ish went on a Jordan run of just disrespectful line stepping. Because he would then hang out with Mandy B again. Yes, he would be seen on a on an IG story in the background playing spades. No, it wasn't spades. It was some card game. They were playing some card game together. They were laughing. There was a lot of teeth showing. It was crazy. But not only that, I then come to find out that it was actually a party he was invited to. So it wasn't just Mandy and Ish there. Rory was there as well. Damaris was there as well. It was like a get together. It was an up get together. It was an upperversary. Then a few months later, Mandy announces a brand new podcast called, well, it doesn't matter what it's called. She announces a new podcast, and Ish is actually one of the guests that comes onto the pod. But not only does Ish come onto the pod, Mouse Jones appears on the pod as well. And the three of them are all together debating, having the best time ever. I haven't seen Ish smile this much. He doesn't even smile this much on his own pod with his mans. So I'm just wondering, with all of this line stepping, is Joe going to confront Ish? Or is he going to ignore the blatant disrespect thrown his way? I personally feel like he shouldn't be micromanaging his friendships. His friends should do whatever they please, as long as it's not disrespecting him personally. And I don't think any of this is disrespect. This is just podcast beef. It's not real beef. It's just disagreements. Nothing is personal. Nobody tried to kill anybody. It's not that serious. But then again, who the hell am I? I'm just a guy of a YouTube channel with an opinion. But how do you guys feel about this situation? Do you guys feel like Joe should be this hell-bent on managing his friends' friendships and what they do outside of his presence? Or should he just mind his business and let his friends do what his friends do? But like I said, let me know in the comments of how you feel. And until next time, it's your boy The Kitchen. Deuces.